Welcome back to Little Lamplighters. This is Pedro here, and today we will learn how to paint in layers using Photoshop and the different blending modes. So, first of all, I have here the painting I made, and we want to finish with something similar to that. And this is the sketch, okay, which is already cleaned up. I made another video explaining how to scan and clean up properly your drawings. You can check that one out. Cool. Assuming we have a good cleanup sketch, first of all, I'm going to lock this layer. You see this little lock here? Now it's locked. Now, even if I want, I'm pressing the brush, but it doesn't let me paint on top of this one, okay? Because I locked it. I don't want that one to change. And now I'm going to add a new layer, okay, pressing that plus button. And now I'm going to paint here. I'm going to select this color and I'm going to paint that, okay? And you will ask, how is it that this layer, you see this layer over here, okay, all this layer is just white and it has black, okay? But I can set this layer to multiply, okay? And now I can only see the black bit, not the white, okay? Good. I'm going to add another layer, and then this layer I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna try to make a skin color here, okay? But I'm going to move this color there, okay? And now I'm going to do another layer for the hair, and now I'm going to do another one for the eyes, not completely white. Now in the same one of the hair, I'm going to paint the eyebrows, okay? And now on this layer I'm not happy with the color of the skin yet, okay? So I'm going to play with this. I'm going to click in the circle, select the layer, I click the circle, go to levels, okay? And now I can play with the levels, okay? But you see now it's doing something that is affecting all the layers underneath these levels, okay? And I only want to affect the color of the skin, which is this layer. I'm gonna go skin, okay? So I want this levels layer to affect only the skin. To do that, I'm going to hover here and then press Alt, and then you see that arrow, okay? So I press Alt and click there, and now these changes that I'm doing, it only affects that layer. You can see, if I take that arrow off, pressing Alt again, you see, it's changing the whole thing. Okay, so I press Alt, the Alt key, and click in there, and now I can play with the levels, and I'm going to add another effect, which is hue saturation. So I go here, hue saturation, and again, I click Alt, I hold Alt, click in there, and now it's only affecting the skin layer. And I can play, you see, I can play with all these settings until I'm happy with the color of the skin. Gonna leave it there, okay? Now let's carry on painting layers. I'm gonna add another layer, and this layer I'm gonna set it to multiply. I'm going to select, okay, you see it's the same color, but now when I paint on top, if I set it to normal, you don't see the difference, okay? But if I set it to multiply, you see it make it darker, okay? It's not affecting the hair because the hair is on a layer on top, okay? You see, if I move this layer over here, you see, then it affects. But as it's there, it doesn't affect the hair. I know the color is not right, but we're going to correct that right now. I'm going to add another layer. I'm going to play hue saturation. I'm gonna reduce the saturation, and then the shadow, as it's in shadow, I want it more kind of bluish. Okay, and now I'm going to color balance. I'm gonna play with the color balance. That's it. That's better. Okay, and as I want it even darker, I'm going to go here and add levels. Okay, and now I can go as dark as I like. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Now I'm going to add some red in his cheeks. Okay, so I add another layer, and I'm going to pick kind of a more reddish color. Okay, I'm going to paint a little bit there, and then I'm going to set it to multiply, but I'm going to reduce the opacity. Okay, so now I want to change the layer of the sketch. It's too black. I'm going to change the color using color balance. Hold Alt and click in there, and now you see I can play with those colors. That's better. But if you really want to learn how to paint properly, you should watch Marco Bucci's videos. He's so good artist and so good teacher. The way he uses color and light is just great, and he explains very well the theory. I will leave a link in the description. I do the best I can, but even the things that I explain, I learned them from him. So just follow this channel if you like a different style. Now, arrived to this point, I have to say that some people love working in layers until the very end. Okay, in my case, I love working in layers, but there's a moment in which, when I'm fairly happy, I merge layers and carry on working on top of that, so I don't get lost in so many layers. So what I'm going to do is, you can select as many layers as you want. I'm gonna select all of them except the reference. Okay, and I'm gonna press Ctrl E, and now I merge them all. Okay, so I'm gonna carry on from here. I'm gonna add another layer, and now I'm gonna pick a brownish color. Okay, and I'm going to set this to multiply. Okay, I'm gonna add, because the color of the hair is too gray. Okay, so that's better. Cool. And now Control E, I'm gonna merge again, and now another layer, and I'm gonna add the same color of the hair. Okay, this one, but I'm gonna set it to multiply, because there's a big part of the hair which is going to be in shadow. Okay, but it's too dark, so I'm going to reduce the opacity. Good. What else? I'm gonna add another layer. I'm gonna select again the same color of the skin, this one. Okay, but I'm gonna set it to screen mode. And with screen mode, for example, you can now do the highlights of the face. For example, I will do it using that tool. Okay, I can again reduce the opacity, and I'm gonna add an effect here. I'm gonna set filter, Again, filter, blur, Gaussian blur. There we go. I'm going to add another screen mode. I'm going to select again the brown color of the hair. I'm gonna paint here, but I'm gonna set it to screen. And that way we have some highlights there. And now you see I'm gonna do the scattering in the ear. So that scattering I'm gonna pick this color and I'm gonna paint there, but I'm gonna set it to, let's see, to soft light or overlay will do. Okay, there we go. Well, what you have to do is basically play with the layers. Okay, the only way of getting familiar and painting better is just practice. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna speed up a little bit the process. I'm gonna stop talking and now just enjoy the rest. Before I finish, I would like to ask you to take a look through the previous videos that I've made, because you will find more lessons and I have illustrated different stories that I consider very beautiful. So if you want to take a look at those, that will be great, and let me know what you think. See you soon, hopefully, if you subscribe.